Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am Mr. Silva Brown. Welcome to my classroom. I'm teaching AP Comparative Government and Economics and American Institutions, which is American Government and Economics this semester. This is to introduce to you the mastery process. It is the first section and the first unit that you're dealing with, Unit 0, Section 1. Here's how the grading works within a class. There are two parts to it. One is mastery assessments, and one is practical application. 70% of your grade is on what you know. That's mastery checks and unit exams. Everything else represents 30%. This is kind of the stuff we do in the class to kind of apply that information to more real world practical applications. Okay, so let's talk about the mastery process. Number one, to do any assessments, mastery checks, or unit exams, you must have a Chromebook. Your computer, personal computer, will not work. Your phone is not going to be used. No iPads. It must be a Chromebook. If you don't have a Chromebook, you won't be able to do the assessment, and this is going to build up as a problem. So, what I would do is acquire that Chromebook as soon as you possibly can. Okay. Now, to get the information necessary for a mastery check, you want to go to Google Classroom. You're probably familiar with this. This is second period AI. This is the stream. I have posted something, an assignment. That assignment is going to be in the classwork tab where it says here, Unit 0. This is Unit 0, Section 1, the mastery process. When you open up this tab, you are going to come to this. This is a hyperdoc. A hyperdoc is going to explain to you what is actually going to be necessary to pass a mastery check. A hyperdoc has four parts. Number one, the title. This is going to be the section topic we are going to be talking about. Number two is a link to a video. That video is on YouTube. There are Spanish and English captions available, and you can also read the transcript on YouTube at your leisure. The third part of a hyperdoc is a copy of the slide deck that you are now viewing on the video in a PDF form. So if all you need is that visual look, I'll have a link to the PDF right there for you. And finally, the most important part of the hyperdoc is what you need to know of content. So these are the guided notes. If you answer each one of these right here, you're going to have the information just like that. That is what I'm going to be um, making sure you are competent on the information in those guided notes right there. So right there, it says identify grade weights and their percentages. You already know 70, 30. And that's it. That's what you're going to have to get. Now, when you click on this link right here, the video link, it's going to go to YouTube and you have a video. That video is no more than 12 minutes ever. Okay. If it's more than 12 minutes, come up to me, smack me at the backside of the head and say, what's going on here, brother? All right. And remember, English and Spanish captions are available and you can read the transcript. Slow it down, speed it up, whatever is necessary. But everything you're going to need to know is right there in that video. Okay. I will be providing a textbook and online supplemental material if that's going to help. Of course, I will always be around to answer questions as well. Mastery checks. These are going to be occasionally, probably at least once a week for AI. They're going to be pretty much almost every class period if you're an AP comparative government. Most mastery checks are 10 questions. Some are 15. Very rarely will you ever have a 20. The first mastery check you take is always multiple choice, and it's to basically check and see if you have basic competency of the material. However, you must get 80% or better to receive a grade. You must get 80% or better to receive a grade. And again, multiple choice. I gave you the information on what you need, 80% or better. So if you get an 8 out of 10, bam, you got 8 out of 10. If you get 7 or 10 or worse, it goes down as a 0. Okay. So we want to hit that 80%. When you think about it, it's actually killer because if you're passing these almost like in the class, the worst grade you're going to get is a B minus, the worst. Okay. Now you might say, oh man, this freaks me out. 80%. What's fortunate is you're going to be able to retake these for the entirety of the semester until you achieve mastery. Okay. Now, I will return those mastery checks to you in 1 week. That's the rule of the 1 week. If you haven't taken a mastery after 1 week, however, it automatically becomes a 0 and you're going to have to start doing retakes. So you want to make sure that if you miss time, that you're back here and you're able to get that mastery check done in the multiple choice form. Now, here's the kicker though. I'm not going to tell you what you got wrong on the mastery check. They're small. You have each other, you have the notes, you have the video, you have textbooks, you have teachers to help you out with subject matter, but you're going to have to hunt for the right answers to see, okay, what did I get wrong? Let's collaborate, talk to each other. I'm all for that. But the job's not finished until you get that 8 out of 10. All right. So, the more, and by the way, the more people talk to each other at the tables, friends, peers, the better grades usually are. Okay. Let's just say you did not get the 8 out of 10. Well, it's time to do a retake. Okay. It's time to run it back. So here's how a retake works. One, you can only do one retake a day. You can do a retake a day all the way till Friday of before finals week for the semesters. Okay. You must show me evidence that you have answered all the questions on the hyperdoc in handwriting. And why handwriting? Because empirically, meaning fact-based, it actually does a better job making sure you retain that information. And then when you do that, I give you the mastery check. Now, first retake mastery checks are also short answer. They have some multiple choice, but also short answer. So you have to know your stuff. Okay. So my recommendation, of course, is get it right the first time. It's going to be the easiest shot. All right. When can you do retakes? The first 10 minutes of lunch before school or some Wednesdays after school by appointment. Next thing you do, let's just say you don't do well on that one. Well, then what we're going to do is we're going to have a little tutorial session together, one-on-one. Let's work it out. Let's see what the block is, and let's get you going on the right track. All right. Um, Usually they last anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes, depending on how much trouble you have. But 99.9% of students then achieve mastery after we have a tutoring session. Because if we have to, we'll do practice. And I'm there with you, man. We're going to grind until you get it down. All right, because I want to see you succeed. It's just about coming in. Let's get her done. Second retakes can be done before school or some Wednesdays after school by appointment. Not cannot do these at lunch because lunch is very short. Now, unit exams are a little bit different. Unit exams don't have an 80% threshold. You just get the grade you get. So if you get 30%, get 30%. If you get 50%, get 50%. Get 100%, get 100%. Now, here's what's the cool thing about unit exams. I literally just take all the mastery checks you did in this previous unit, all the sections, and I make that a unit exam. That's it. There's no trick. It's just to check you got it or not. So if you did well on the mastery checks, you should do really well on the unit exams. You can also retake unit exams. You retake unit exams on any day that we have a unit exam. So you come in, you do the current unit exam, and you're like, Mr. Silver Brown, I'd like to do a retake. And I'm like, I got you. I'll hook you up. But you can do it, of course, at lunch. You can come in before school and also do a unit exam retake on the day that we do any kind of other unit exam. And then what we do on finals day is just simply unit exam retakes. That's it. All right. There's no special final or anything. You've proven to me if you can do that twice, I don't need a third time. Oh, do you got it? No, you've proven you've achieved mastery already. Now, understand that your grade on a unit exam is the grade of the most recent test you take. It's not the highest of the ones you take. It's the most recent. So if you take a unit exam and you get 80%, I'm like, nah, I can do better. And you get a 70% on the second one. That's the most recent one. Okay, that's the grade. Now, if you want to get a hold of me, I'm on campus usually an hour before school, but most people don't want to come in that early. And of course, during lunch or after school by appointment. Here's my phone number, but email is the best way to get a hold of me right here. And I try to answer you within the first 24 hours. I cannot stress attain mastery the first time and retake your mastery checks soon. Do it quick. Don't wait around because at the end of the semester, there's going to be 30 people lined up out of my room, and not everybody's going to have an opportunity because I can only take so many. Doesn't matter where you're at, what your status is, everybody has a right to a retake. And so I just go through one at a time in line. All right. So get them done early, stay organized. We'll talk about your organization if you need that help. All right. This is how you contact me. Now, last thing, now that you're done with this, I need you to do something for Friday, or if you're, gold schedule, following Monday. And that is you go online and you read my class policies. They're going to be linked with this section. This is how my classes run, so you make sure you understand what's going on. All right. Dress code. Yes, that is the school's dress code. And you could say this is usually the most controversial thing in my class because I enforce it. So look over that and come at me with whatever your concerns are. Well, let's go. Let's have that conversation. I'm up for it. All right. Now, believe it or not, this is not the stuff that really bothers me. There's stuff that is flat out banned from my class that you are not allowed to wear, and I will absolutely call you out on it. And that is if you're just a pathetic Dodger fan. Dodger gear, LA gear, get that stuff out of here. You're geographically challenged. This is NorCal, not Smogville down south. All right. Get that ugly stuff out of here. All right. Now, when you're done with the class policies, do the primary questions. Let's have that done by Friday and Monday, purple gold, so we can have a conversation about class policies. I get to know you a little bit. You get to know me a little bit, and then you can tell me issues that really concern you. All right. Um, Mastery process. Come talk to me if you have any questions. I'm open anytime. Let's have a conversation. Look forward to the year. Let's start the year strong and successful.